The government of Balochistan, frankly speaking, the response and strategy of the government has been evolving as the crisis itself has evolved over the past months. To begin with, initially, it was primarily about prevention, dealing with the crisis at the border along Iran and Afghanistan, managing the pilgrims that were coming from Iran, making sure that they are quarantined and transferred to their respective provinces. Once we went past that stage, then the strategy focused on preventive measures, preventive measures on what restrictions to be imposed, on what policy decisions to be taken to make sure that the virus doesn't spread to the community. That was Balochistan, along with the government of Sindh, were among the first sort of provincial governments who announced partial lockdown measures and eventually ended up announcing full lockdown. The government also tried to sort of build and strengthen the capacity of the health department to cope with this crisis. This involved establishment of new quarantine facilities or divert some of the existing infrastructure to quarantine facilities in different parts of the province, building testing capacity and those kind of things. The first major step that the government took was the provision of food to daily wagers and low-income communities in different parts of the province. The provincial government then primarily relied on district administration in the form of DC, Deputy Commissioner, and the local sort of MPAs of the constituencies to distribute food among poor communities and daily wagers. So on social protection or provision of cash to poor communities, the government primarily sort of was okay with the federal government rolling out its SAS emergency cash program. The actual share of beneficiaries of EEC program in Balochistan was around 5 or 5.5%. So the Chief Minister of Balochistan actually raised this issue with the Prime Minister, and both in a meeting, and he also wrote a formal letter to the Prime Minister where he requested that the share of the beneficiaries from Balochistan in EEC should be according to the share of Balochistan in the poverty of Pakistan, which was around 10 or 11%, or at the least it should be according to the NFC criteria. Recently, the Balochistan government has also launched a Qarz-e Hasana program in partnership with Akhuwat. The idea again is to support livelihoods for the poorest communities. This has been done in partnership with Akhuwat, which is a microfinance firm operating in nearly all parts of Pakistan. The secondary education department has been exploring the option of television-based distance schooling. Universities, I think Butams and a couple of other universities, they started online classes, again with sort of partial success, primarily because of the digital divide in Balochistan. For the medium and long-term measures, the government of Balochistan is considering a range of options. Primarily, they are exploring how the upcoming annual development plan can be used to mitigate the negative socio-economic impact of COVID-19. They are considering other options as well. Strengthening of the district, of the DHQs and basic health units in different parts of the province. The fiscal system has come under strain during the crisis. A, because of the shortfall in expected revenues. B, because of the increased spending on healthcare and disaster management. So how do they finance the development budget, the range of interventions that are being considered? The government of Balochistan has yet to take a formal decision on this. But we are based in the Planning and Development Department, and the recommendation we have made is that government should go for borrowing. The government of Balochistan has the lowest debt to GDP ratio because the GOB has an explicit policy that they will not borrow from commercial or domestic markets. We think now is the time to borrow, and so as to finance any stimulus. Otherwise, the repercussions for the economy will be very serious.